Welcome in. Oh, camera needs to focus. There we go. And we are live. Best Ball Bros, probably episode 3.
Something like that.
Probably.
Yeah, it does feel like it's been too long since we did a best ball draft, so we're overdue. Yeah. We're doing it tonight.
Yeah, we're hitting down the MilliMaker on DraftKings $20 tournament. I think it's like 1.5 mil for the winner. So that'd be nice.
Great. Sounds good.
I think it's a pretty large final. So, better odds of making it than underdog. So, I guess before we jump in, maybe we can talk about a couple players that we're more intrigued of targeting. Even if you're not too familiar with their price, Dan, on DraftKings, but we can name a couple players. Is there any players that come to mind that are maybe risers for you for this season, or more specifically in a best ball format potentially?
I mean, I definitely think of some of the rookies. I mean, obviously.
Oh, you're covering up your mic, it sounds like.
Oh gosh, sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I guess my mind immediately goes to some of the rookies. Of course, as being a dynasty channel, the big thing every year is the rookies, right? Like we study all these prospects, and it's a lot to really get to know them fully. And sometimes you're not always going to be fully prepared by the time your rookie draft comes around for a given league. But as the off season has gone on, I feel like I've only gotten to know these rookie prospects better and better. And of course, we've also had the luxury of getting some reports from OTAs, and now training camps have started. Some hype has started to build. So I definitely feel like I have a better sense of which rookies I'm really in on, and which ones I think are going to have good seasons. So that's kind of where my mind immediately goes. I mean, of course, Dylan Sampson's been a big guy for me. I don't know exactly where he's going in DraftKings, but that's just a guy I'm just trying to get a lot of shares of in general. I really believe the Aronde Gadsden hype. So, I mean, I own 11 shares of him in Dynasty. So, yeah. I don't know if he's even getting drafted in DraftKings and underdog best ball drafts.
He is, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would give him a chance to make some noise as a rookie. So that's a guy I would certainly be interested in the late rounds. Also, just kind of these rookie tight ends in general. I don't know what it is, but I'm just starting to believe in them a little bit more in terms of what they could potentially do as rookies. I mean, it's still historically not a great bet. I don't know, Tyler Warren, I'm just starting to believe in more and more, and just feeling I could see him making some noise as a rookie. And, even Harold Fannin, I mean, I think he's going to have a role in the Browns offense as a rookie. I think they're going to want to use him.
Let me add, I think Fannin, of all the tight ends, probably has the best case for me, even of Ferguson and guys that I might like more from maybe Dynasty. I think Fannin has the best, I don't know, maybe call it best ball potential, because like you were just saying, he'll be on the field, we think. Maybe not a crazy amount without an injury, but you'll probably be making on the field a relative amount. And also, we know Njoku, who I love, is extremely injury prone over his career.
Yeah.
And so that's a pretty good combination. He's already going to be on the field, and then he's just the biggest outlier of college producer. So
right.
I mean, and it's there's really not much target competition there. So I do think that Fannin is kind of the perfect storm of a best ball tight end or something like that. But these other rookies, what I was also going to add is I love them actually kind of in Dynasty, and I've been even coming up higher on them as well, or just wanting them more maybe, and maybe they're not coming up much in my ranks, but I guess Dynasty though, the thing is I'm still really skeptical, even of guys like Ferguson that I really think are going to be good. I'm really skeptical for the rookie year, which is why I'm fine to have lower or potentially none of some of these shares in Gadsden or all these guys, because I guess this is the biggest question for me, that it cuts off at Mason Taylor. Basically at Mason Taylor. Him and the other two top guys are starters. Well, these other guys, they're going to need they're basically going to need injuries to get on the field, right? I mean, that's just how the position works. So the interesting thing is a lot of these guys, if they do get on the field, they do look like they could be potential league winners.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, I definitely think Fannin and even Aronde Gatson could make noise as rookies. I kind of agree with you on Ferguson. Like, I definitely wouldn't write him off his rookie season, but yeah, he's not someone I would expect to come out like week one and like
Yeah.
shock the world and have this like big game. Like, I think it's going to be Higbee to start the season and maybe even for the entire season. I mean, McVay kind of hinted at that. Like, should we believe that? I don't know, but I think Higbee is a really solid veteran, and I could see. I mean, with the Rams are a veteran team, right? You have Stafford, you have Devontae Adams. I think that they want to win. So I'm not saying like Ferguson couldn't be good right away if he was given the opportunity, but I think they're going to defer to the veterans and just kind of like win now. They're like a contender in dynasty. Like they're in win now mode. I feel like.
Yeah, 100%. Like, I don't know. I do feel that way. But I know you're really excited about Gatson. I do think if Gatson gets out there, finds a way, it's kind of like for him. It's like I don't really know the path where he like gets meaningful snaps, but if he gets out there, like I can see him printing fantasy points. I think like the biggest issue is that there's not. It's not just one veteran. It's not one Tyler Conklin or Will Disley. It's actually two of them, and they kind of like I mean I don't know if he's like a bad pass blocker, but he's more of like a receiver build, like in college and stuff like that. So it's like interesting. I'm just like I'm not exactly sure how he gets out there as a rookie. He could be like an amazing year two. That's kind of like how I'm viewing him. Is like this guy could be like an amazing, I don't know, like actual dynasty stash kind of guy, where he might get lucky in his rookie year, and that's how he gets out there on the field and whatever skyrockets or produces. But even if he doesn't, he could make enough an impression for them to move on from Tyler Conklin, move on from Will Disley, and then take over the tight end room for year two and on or whatever. And yeah, same with Ferguson and stuff, who I think's like, an awesome prospect and stuff. So,
Yeah.
I mean, maybe even Fannin too. Maybe even Fannin, they move on from Njoku or something.
I feel like especially in DraftKings, I mean, I would imagine you'd probably get some values on these rookies because it does seem like DraftKings is more of that kind of like older crowd and propping up the running backs and kind of like an old school mentality and just more casual fantasy football players. So I feel like they might be a little slow to catch on to some of these rookies and what upside they have. So I can see that being some of the value. I mean, I don't know where Ted McMillan is going in DraftKings, but I mean, he might certainly he's a guy who offers some upside, particularly for back half of the season.
Yeah, I just drafted him actually. I did a draft earlier, a few hours ago, and I took him at pick, I don't know, 51. I don't know, 51 I think or something like that. A few picks behind ADP, and actually Travis Hunter on here is like an extreme. He's like ADP of like 60, and I've actually seen some like best ball discourse going on Twitter where. I mean, I'm just completely on like you're in a tournament for literally, you're fighting hundreds of thousands of people, and you're scared about a median outcome on Travis Hunter. Like, no, he's going like at least 2 rounds below where he probably should be right now. Yeah. And just imagine if he was a full-time receiver. Like, look where Malik Neighbors was going. He'd be going where Malik Neighbors is going of like the 2-3 turn. Right. So I do think like it is hilarious of how, I don't know, there's a few player cases like that on, I mean, I think even Burden's like that. It's like, yeah, I don't even really believe in Burden for year one, but I sure as hell believe him at that price. Loveland and stuff, so it's people are, and I see it in this ADP, that people are just like, they kind of just want to be content taking safe picks, taking what they thought maybe Chris Godwin would be going into the season. Oh, he got re-signed. He must be healthy. And then all of a sudden we get the news that he's at least not practicing right now. I think there's like not nearly enough of a gap between like legit superstar prospects or really good prospects or young players and some of these like, I don't know, like injured or old players or just like mid players.
Oh yeah, I mean, I think you could get some value on some players that maybe haven't like fully proven it yet. Like, the Ricky Pearsalls and Jaden Reeds of the world. I could see
Yeah.
value on receivers like that. Even like maybe like Addison, because the possible suspension, you get a
Yeah.
discount on him. Or maybe like a Zay Flowers feels like unexciting to some. Like maybe there could be a little more upside to a player like that than people realize. Yeah, even like a Josh Downs. I mean, of course, everyone in the dynasty community knows like Josh Downs, is awesome at football and everything like that. But I don't know how many people on like DraftKings like fully like Josh Downs isn't exactly like a household name yet. So maybe on like on Underdog, you're probably not going to get much value on Josh Downs, but on DraftKings, like that might be the spot where he's more of a value. So yeah, a lot of receivers like that I think could be interesting. Devonta Smith, I know you and I both like. And then in terms of running backs, there are some other non-rookie risers for me. I keep going back to Jordan Addison. Like I know, I'm sorry, Jordan Mason. I know you can like nitpick him about okay, he doesn't catch a lot of passes and like he's behind Aaron Jones, but I just think there's a decent chance that he leads Vikings running backs in fantasy points this season, one way or another. Through whether he just overtakes the job, Aaron Jones gets old, or it's through injury, or he just has a bigger role than we think. He might. I mean, who knows? He might be the goal line back. Just think the Vikings traded for him for a reason. And also, here's something else that we don't talk about a lot. We talk about how, like the Texans O line is terrible, and like, could that hurt Stroud or Mixon or someone like that? The Jags O line isn't very good at run blocking, right? Like, could that hurt all those different Jags running backs? But what we don't talk about is, well, what are the good offensive lines that could boost up a player? Couldn't the Vikings offensive line be like one of the better units in the NFL? So couldn't that boost up a guy like Jordan Mason that we're not giving enough credit for?
Oh yeah, 100%. Like they are gonna be night and day, or they should be on paper night and day. I'll believe when I see it. As far as like being a Vikings fan, but I think that's been the most interesting thing is like Mason. At least I think I haven't been going 100% at all out as I was because his prices came around has been the big key. When he first got traded to the Vikings, yeah, his price went up, but people were still, I don't know, extremely skeptical that he was anything. And that's when I was trying to draft him on these sites, and when I was doing some drafts and trying to get some trade offers done in Dynasty, but come now he really is respected. I mean he's going ahead of Aaron Jones sometimes now in drafts. Now that's not what the ADP suggests, but I did see that today in my draft. I saw it today when I was watching a draft while drafting. And they even said Jordan Mason went ahead of Aaron Jones, and it was on DraftKings as well. So like the market is definitely with you on that. I'm 100% playing it like that, and it does involve a little bit of projection for league winning Mason, but I do think that's a real range of outcomes. Now, yeah, the pass catching, he's not gonna get there through the receiving stuff, but if they decide to, I don't know, ever run a touchdown in, and what was the stat? There was some crazy stat. They ran one touchdown in 3 seasons, while leading in the second half, or in a one-score game in the second half. It was some absurd stat line that they broke last year, and it was just like a perfect description of how the Vikings' run game has been working. There really hasn't been one. It's like, all right, 3 yards in a cloud of dust and sling it twice and rinse and repeat. So I do think that can change this year. It does involve a little bit of projection, but Jordan Mason has certainly been, he's an awesome 0 RB target in all formats.
Yeah, and speaking of running backs that don't catch a lot of passes, I do think people are just really sleeping on Tank Bigsby. I know you're not like a huge fan because of the maybe limited upside, but I just think it's possible that he might end up being the guy in that ambiguous backfield. We don't have to talk about that a ton. And then, but going to running backs that do catch passes, we've been talking about Tajay Spears a bit lately, at least off stream. I can't remember if we've mentioned him too much on stream, but I think he has some really intriguing upside as well. I mean, we saw him really go nuts during the fantasy playoffs last year when he got the opportunity when Pollard was hurt. And I think there's a chance his role grows. I just think at the minimum, just a really high upside handcuff.
I know it's not exactly, we can't really project it as an ambiguous backfield, but I do think it's closer to an ambiguous backfield than it is a 1-2 split. He also was dealing with a lot of injuries last year, and then got concussed at one point as well. So like, I do think they wanted to get him the ball more. They just couldn't. Pollard ended up kind of running hot as well. I'm I just don't see it being that far apart this year. And yeah, I'm with you. I actually just drafted him as well in that draft. I thought he's kind of one of my favorite targets in all formats right now. At just like catching that. I'm just comping him to Chase Brown. I know the offense won't be like the Chase Brown thing, but Chase Brown really wasn't. I mean, he did get those touchdowns. I think he had like at least double 10 or 11 last year. But he wasn't like having all his crazy performances because of touchdowns or even because of like big plays. In fact, I was actually shocked when doing research. I think I brought it up on a stream with Jacob. Chase Brown was not explosive at all as far as plays. Like, I mean, it was awful as far as explosiveness.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, I mean that's what he was known for as a rookie. But that just shows you like the path of what Chase Brown was. It was just catch a million passes, 4 yards in a cloud of dust, and touchdown, like fall in the end zone. Hopefully once every game. You weren't getting 2 touchdown performances or anything from him. And I think that's what Tajay Spears provides. It could be a offense on the rise. He can be a complete PPR scam. We already see it with his role right now, and I think he provides that same explosiveness in the run game or with the ball in his hands as a Chase Brown does too. So he's kind of like this dollar store. You're getting him for a tenth of the price or even less, and you might end up by the end of the season or at some point in the season with the similar projections on these two backs.
Oh yeah, I mean, if you're making bets on like who's going to be this year's Chase Brown, he just seems to jump out as a very obvious candidate for that. And not saying it's like guaranteed to happen, and it's probably less likely to happen than it is, but I definitely give it a reasonable chance, and I think he would be like odds-on favorite. I mean, just in terms of guys that immediately come to mind that really just kind of fit that profile of being explosive, catching passes. Okay, he's not in the Bengals offense, but the Titans offense should be better this year. So I think he's, very intriguing.
Yeah, and he's not that expensive or anything, but he does, he obviously gets there with all the pass catching stuff. Probably does need an injury, though, to do that, of course. So,
yeah. Well, should we jump into a draft here?
Yeah, let's jump into a draft. I was going to point out one guy, actually, this is a guy where I think I was just falling victim to the echo chamber on this guy and like all the ADP, and I just think it's for no good reason personally. I will admit he's kind of hard to draft sometimes in my dynasty drafts, like startup drafts. Sorry, 1 second here. I'm just having. There we go. He is kind of difficult at times to draft in dynasty when you're building a roster out, but it's Chris Olave, where we know how good he is. That's where it gets me. Like, we know how good he is, and it's like this injury. It's this not only is it an injury discount, it's like an injury mega discount. Like, people are really factoring in like, hey, this guy might retire, and we're talking best ball. Are we worried about a player retiring in best ball on our $1 to $3 to $20 entries? Like, obviously not. Why would I care about that? What's the matter if he retires or not? I mean, my God.
Yeah, I mean, downside really doesn't matter. I mean, we're just swinging for the upside, and it's go big or go home. And speaking of that, Tyreek Hill has been a guy that I think is also could be going at a value this year. I was watching just like a random like Fantasy Pros video, and they were doing some kind of like mock draft. I don't think it was best ball specifically. I think it was more just kind of like regular redraft. And I think they said like Tyreek Hill is going in like round 3, and it's like, hey, sounds pretty good to me.
He is. I mean, well, I guess we'll see what round 3 looks like in here. We'll probably scroll down. He's a tough one for me. I'm kind of just gonna play the cowardly stance myself with him. Because I think I'd rather just play Jalen Waddle, who I don't even think is like, I'm not even that intrigued by Waddle. I'd actually just rather play through A-Chain and like just A-Chain.
Yeah, I love A-Chain.
I'd rather just play it through him, honestly, or like maybe some round 19 Malik Washington or wherever he's going.
Oh, let's go.
But Tyreek Hill is interesting because honestly, he's either just he's just completely on the cliff right now and he's gonna continue going down there. Or it was all just the Tua injury, this whole disaster with the offense. They had no O line and the
Yeah.
wrist injury, whatever it was. Like kind of this. The weird thing is like I really think Prime Reek would just like overcome that. Like it would just. I mean, he really did not feel good at all. I mean, he really felt awful last year owning
Yeah.
him.
Oh, for sure.
Um,
It was just such a weird year
it
with the
was.
offense going through Janu and dump offs to A-Chain and and then like Waddle was bad, Tyreek Hill was bad. I mean, there's no way that Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle aren't better at football than what they showed last year. Like that's
No,
just
agreed.
not like even if you and I aren't like the biggest fans of those guys and various fantasy football formats these days. I don't know. As we get closer to the season, maybe it's just kind of getting more and more into that redraft mindset.
Yeah.
Maybe it's even some wish casting, just like wanting to see the old Tyreek Hill. But I certainly think it's in the range of outcomes. And Jonnu Smith getting shipped to Pittsburgh feels like it clears the deck a little bit for both those receivers. So
Yeah.
I'm starting to feel a little more optimism there. And heck, again, like it's all about the price. Like if I'm having to take Tyreek Hill in like round 1, like, okay, well, no, thank you. Round 2, maybe a little borderline, but like round 3, like, yeah, sign up.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. I do. I have been thinking about Tyreek Hill actually a lot recently because I've been looking at him in in dynasty drafts, and it's like okay, it's just like there's a lot of really good round 7 receivers.
Okay.
And then you got to kind of take him early round 8, and it's like,
yeah.
Am I really that confident in Tyreek Hill giving me like a season that's worth it, or even better than the guys going just above him? That
yeah, I mean,
and
for me, it's like
younger.
hard taking him over like a Ricky Pearsall or Josh Downs, just because those guys are so much younger, and I really believe in them. But what about compared to like a Devontae Adams? Like, how much later is Devontae Adams going in dynasty startups?
Yeah, I mean, my from what I've been seeing in my format drafts, start 11s and stuff like that, especially this year, Tyreek's like early 8th every time.
Okay.
Devontae Adams, he got this boost, but now he's like actually falling to late 9th every time. So it is about 2 rounds gap. It's not like the biggest 2 rounds.
Yeah.
But I
feels
actually
like a better value there. Where if you want the veteran receiver, you just get Adams later.
They're just both really old, and it's like I actually just have more confidence in Devontae Adams, and again, I don't know if the full PPR matters anything between those two guys. They can both be just as good in that format, but I just feel a little bit more confident in Devontae Adams so that he's just Devontae Adams. I don't know 100% if Tyreek Hill is Tyreek Hill, and it might sound stupid. I'm kind of just like willing to just fall for the bait. Normally I like to buy into these like injury and discounts and stuff. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure that that's an injury discount. It doesn't feel like you're getting the discount that other players are. It's being applied to other players.
Are you talking about specifically for Dynasty?
I would say in all formats. Yeah.
Well, I mean, round 3 is that's a discount. I mean, where was Tyreek Hill going last year? Round 1?
Yeah, but you got to look at the receivers. You got to look at the receivers going after him. I wouldn't just say, oh, round 3. Well, you're getting Jordan Addison at pick 73 now. Couple game suspension. You're getting Chris Olave at pick 72.
Yeah.
Like I would just I might just rather have those guys straight up.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, they're younger, like less risk. Obviously, there's not gonna be risk of them just like falling off the age cliff. So that's one risk factor that you get to avoid with those young receivers. So I definitely hear you on that. I mean, Tyreek Hill's a little riskier, but it definitely feels like you're getting a bigger ceiling than if like Addison hits or I don't know. I guess Olave has certainly Olave has some degree of upside, but it doesn't feel like he has like 2,000-yard Tyreek Hill kind of insanity. Yeah,
for sure. I mean, that certainly is in the range of outcomes. Like I just feel as if when we see these cases play out over the years and or even just this off season, I just feel like the discount should be bigger on Tyreek Hill for me to like, even if it was just a few slots potentially. Maybe it's like he goes from early 3rd to late 3rd or something. In Dynasty, if he was going from the early 8th to the late 8th, I might be more intrigued. But it's just enough where there's so many players in that range that I'll just prefer. I can build around it.
Yeah.
So.
So yeah, we start in the draft soon. And I can't see
Oh,
anything.
okay. Yeah, we.
Sure.
Yeah, it was something weird was going on for anyone. Yeah, watching with audio is confused. I re-entered, and now we are in, and we got pick. What do we get? We got pick 9.
Ooh, isn't that a bad spot this year? I think.
I think it's a really good spot.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, because let's look down the board here. From what I've been drafting, I think it's a pretty awesome
Is
spot.
that specific? Do you say that specifically for DraftKings or best ball in general?
I think just for all redraft and stuff in general. I mean, you have a chance to get a round 1 player, and then like you're getting Devon a chain in like your second round or something, or you're getting a guy like Drake London who could be, or even somehow maybe Brian Thomas could even slip there. Like it's really good. AJ Brown's always been a first round player. Nothing's changed with him.
Yeah.
It's a pretty awesome spot, I think, because I think there's more than 12, and this has been something I've heard about recently. I completely agree with when doing these drafts. There's just more than 12 round 1 players, it feels like.
Okay.
Yeah, it might not end up being that way because of injuries and all that stuff.
Someone's going to disappoint or get injured, but yeah, I get your point.
Yeah, we're looking at their profiles right now.
Yeah.
Feels like it's better than 12 round 1 players to me, so.
Yeah, I mean, when you frame it the way you did there, yeah, the ninth spot does not sound too bad. I mean, you basically you're getting like what feels like 2 first-round players. Sounds good to me.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm pretty excited about actually getting a slot, especially hey, first MilliMaker entry. Anyone? Sorry, you go.
Oh, I was just gonna say, let's review the scoring in this because sometimes I get mixed up between like this and underdog. So underdog is half PPR. What is this again?
This is full. The only other difference is that if you get 100 yards rushing, receiving, or 300 passing, you get a bonus 3 points.
Okay.
So that really, makes stacks pay off a little bit more. The bigger play guys pay off a little bit more.
Yeah, and also those spike weeks, which you already are going to value in best ball, become then even more valuable, right?
Exactly. Yeah. So, a guy like JMO, for example, I've even been clicking a couple times here. He's been not a guy I've rostered a ton, but I do think he makes tons of sense in this format. And could really pop. He is pretty respected, though. I will say that. Like he's.
Yeah. I love JMO.
Yeah.
I love him in Dynasty. I love him in just about any format. I think he could have a big season. So, yeah, I love me some Jameson Williams. Real quick, what's the clock here? Because it looks like we're still having the issue where it's like not showing us like how many seconds there are left.
It's a 30-second clock, though, for reference. Okay. So we just got to be prepared, though, is all. So what are we thinking here? Let's prepare for our pick.
Yeah.
I was going to say... Sorry. I was going to say, I would... I think Amon-Ra is really intriguing. I would just shoot Malik Neighbors is just going to be better, though. I would just...
I love Neighbors. Yeah. Let's do it.
The only reason I would take Amon-Ra personally would be to play out the Vikings Lions week 17. I think that's completely legitimate.
Yeah.
But I've seen Amon-Ra fall a few times. It's tough to say because it's not like I disagree because of how good he is every year.
Mm-hmm.
But you're looking and you got these like legitimate superstars behind him as well, and guys that I don't know, like feel like they can also just take a big leap. Where Amon-Ra, he's kind of just going to be what he is, which is awesome. But with a guy like Brian Thomas, I mean, he could be wide receiver 1 himself. So overall, so it's. Oh, I think it changed.
Yeah, I mean, I get how it's tough because like you just have such awesome receivers in this range. But yeah, it does seem like Amon-Ra always he just never gets the benefit of the doubt. He's just like always kind of like put like ranked as far back as we can possibly justify it.
Yeah. Oh man, frick! A chain went.
Nice.
What do you think here?
How about Drake London? Or I mean, Bowers is kind of fun too. Or
let's go.
Brown's fun too.
You want to go London? Yeah, let's go London. I just took Bowers. I actually, in this full PPR, I actually don't mind taking Bowers at all. Though McBride is a little bit cheaper.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, I think we go receiver there, play it out
Yeah.
because there's a lot of tight end values. Jake Ferguson, by the way, pick like 142 or something.
Okay.
Like
Pretty good.
I yeah, some of these ADPs don't make any sense to me.
Yeah.
You know,
But I mean, feels pretty good to start out with those two receivers, Malik Neighbors and Drake London, full PPR. That'll work.
yeah, I mean, play. I'm willing to bet on that Penix offense
Yeah.
pass game for sure.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, Malik Neighbors. So let's think about maybe we're probably targeting Penix at this point. See where he's going.
Yeah. Oh, and is it 4 points or 6 points for the passing
It is
touchdowns?
4 point.
Okay.
Okay, perfect. So Penix is one of the lower. Actually, by the way, one thing I'll mention: Bryce
Hmm.
Young is like actually one of my favorite values on this
Oh,
platform.
no, I love him.
He's going 147. I'm willing to buy enough now that it's like, he's got the good OC, he's got Tet,
Yeah.
I think he's got enough around him. He showed enough. I'm a little concerned about like when people are just picking the numbers out because he had a ton of those rushing touchdowns, but I don't think that matters enough. I think if he just is good enough, like if he shows what he was doing basically last year, even takes the tiniest of a step, then he's probably going to outscore a lot of the guys going ahead of him because you get that big cluster. And well, it'll just take an injury or some weird Packers stuff last year where they ran the ball a ton, and I think he could really leapfrog some players ahead of him.
Hmm.
So you're basically getting him as like the cheapest, like ascending quarterback. I think is the best way you can
Oh
put it.
yeah. And he runs the ball. He'll give you a few rushing touchdowns. So I definitely think he fits this format well. Also, I was watching a live stream from Fantasy Stock Exchange today, and Corey made a pretty bold prediction that I thought was pretty cool, and I definitely wouldn't argue against it because you know how much I like Bryce Young and how much I'm betting on him in Dynasty. Corey basically said that he thinks that by like week 5, Bryce Young's going to be worth 2 firsts in Dynasty.
Okay. I mean, I would have thought he was crazy. I would say pre-draft. The Tet thing has really turned me around to being. I mean, hey, it's a bold prediction. I'm sure that's what that was titled, right?
Well, no, it wasn't like a
Oh,
bold prediction video. It was just something he mentioned just randomly during a
okay.
live stream. It was just a
Excellent.
prediction that was
Okay.
bold, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, absolutely. I mean, it's not outside the range of outcomes, right? I mean, you can't forget he's the first overall pick.
Yeah.
He's been an interesting one. I was willing to draft him on my last startup. He
Mhm.
actually went earlier than he did all offseason, of course, in that startup. So it's like, well,
Yeah.
great. Now I'm not gonna get him, but
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah. You finally come around, but I guess so is everyone else to some degree, or at least
I think,
more of the community.
yeah. I mean, it was just a one sample thing. In the thing of the listener league, he fell too. I could be wrong. I like that would have been a perfect one to
Yeah.
maybe try and get him in, but I do think that yeah, since that Tet one, and his price was always lower than was made out that I believed he was at the start of the offseason. So for
Mhm.
that reason, I'm back in on Bryce Young and on this platform, DraftKings and stuff, really cheap. So
Mhm.
what are we thinking here? By the way, we're next on the clock.
I mean, do we
Uh,
want to get at least like one running back on this turn, or like what do you look at? I mean, Brees Hall stands out
yeah,
there.
yeah. I mean, Bruce Hall really stands out to me. Kyron, of course, is amazing as well. But
Yeah.
I okay, well, Kyron Bruce Hall goes. I don't like the receivers to be honest. Tight
I mean,
end.
I wouldn't even hate double tapping running back. I wouldn't hate getting like Kyron Williams and
Yeah,
James Cook.
I'm cool with Kyron. Yeah, it's not like I know some people are really out on him. Let's just take him.
Mhm.
I mean, he's been just falling in the end zone left and right.
I mean,
That's what he
he just
does.
produces, and like the Rams love to run the ball when they get in close. I mean,
Yeah.
I had like Stafford was like my main quarterback in a 16-team dynasty league last year, and I mean, he was driving me nuts last year because it seemed like every time they got in close, it was just like a guaranteed like Kyron Williams touchdown. It was just like so frustrating. So
Yeah.
yeah, rather than fight against that, hey, let's just go with the current here. Like, hey, give me some Kyron Williams.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. I mean, he's been a guy that. It's funny. I hear so many. When I'm watching or consuming any content, people are really for Kyron or really against him. I was really for him last year, turned out to be right because I thought the punt returning stuff was just like the most ridiculous stuff
God.
I ever heard. I remember specifically we did a stream talking about where I was just like going off saying like, Jesus Christ, like, we had like Tyreek Hill returning punts. Like was he being dropped on people's boards to undraftable? Like you're crazy if you think that. And Kittle, we're about to be back up on the clock here actually, so let's figure this out. I did like highlight Daniels. I mean, we definitely don't need to go with him, and we wouldn't even be able to get McLaurin with him. Yeah, Kittle was taken.
Around the clock. All right, so you want to go Jaden Daniels then?
Do you believe enough in James Cook is the question.
I do, but I mean, Jaden Daniels feels pretty nice here.
Yeah, I think we could figure out a way to take Jaden Daniels.
Running back.
Yeah, figure out running back, and we did take Kyron.
I like that. Exactly. Yeah. So I feel good getting the one running back. I think you can always kind of push your luck with RB2 a bit.
Yeah.
Worst case, you kind of go with a hero running back build where you just kind of build around like one really good one. So that would be Kyron Williams for us. I mean, James Cook would have been fun to have 2 receivers, 2 running backs start the draft. Definitely wouldn't have hated that at all. But yeah, I feel like, I mean, I don't know. Of course, like quarterbacks deep too, but I mean, Jaden Daniels just feels like such a difference maker. Just could be Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, it's interesting on here too because I'm torn between the elites. They make up less of your total points because it's full PPR versus underdogs half PPR.
Right.
But these later quarterbacks are way pushed up in this format compared to underdog. So there's no guarantee you get them.
And I want these rushing QBs if passing touchdowns are only going to be worth 4 points. So, yeah, that just makes me want Jaden Daniels even more in this type of format. So, yeah, I think that was the right pick there.
Yeah, for sure. I'll click a couple people here in our queue. See if we can.
And then what kind of stacking options might you be interested in? I can't remember. Did you say did McLaurin already go or?
Yeah, McLaurin went. I don't know where is Debo going? He's going pretty early. Like that's a pretty.
Yeah, so I'm probably going to be out on Debo.
We could do our Noah Brown round 20.
Yeah, I was going to say Noah Brown. Like I don't know. Like is Ben Sinnott draftable? Maybe not. No, but
yeah. I mean Sinnott could be draftable as like a third tight end. Where is he going though? Let's see. I mean, well, of course we have Zach Ertz as well.
Oh yeah, missing the obvious there. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so now it's like going undrafted basically. So it's also an emergency, break clock.
I mean, I wouldn't hate it in like the last round if we're just looking for not only a stack but just someone to differentiate us from majority of teams out there. And heck, if he does turn into the next Trey McBride, like that's going to be something that could really push you toward winning some money, I would think.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I mean that's one thing that we got to keep in mind is if there is a chance to differentiate.
Yeah.
We can be okay doing that. We're in basically a lottery system here. Oh, by the way, we got a unintentional Rams-Falcons Week 17.
Oh, very nice.
Bring back.
That.
Let's see where we're at. Okay, we're up on a few, but let's just check out.
Week 17 matchups.
Yeah, I'm not. I mean, I have like half them memorized, and I have some week 16 and 15 memorized. But okay, so we can be interested in Cowboys with Commanders. What else did we have? Who's our first? Okay, Raiders
Giants.
And Giants.
Yeah, Giants, Raiders.
And what was the other one? Falcons, Rams, I think, right? Yes. Okay, so. Oh.
Wait. Who did we say the Commanders play?
The Seahawks. Or sorry, not Seahawks. The Cowboys. Seahawks play the Panthers.
Oh, Commanders, Cowboys. Okay.
Yeah. Let's see. Okay, so top of ADP right now is K9. I mean, Travis Hunter's sitting up there too. I'm not too interested in these vets, honestly, just because like it's we're not playing our 11th spot.
Kenneth Walker jumps out to me. I mean, I know you love Kenneth Walker, so I probably don't have to talk you into him too much. Let's take him unless you want to take. Yeah, let's just take him. I feel like we're beating the system now because we passed on James Cook to get Jaden Daniels, and doesn't even feel like we even lost anything. Yeah, getting Kenneth Walker to James Cook, so I feel like we beat the system there.
100% agree with that. Yeah, that's a good way to look at that. The only other tempting thing, but again, we're playing kind of the ADP game,
Yeah.
is I freaking love Travion Henderson's ADP. I know you haven't been as high on him, but
Yeah.
like he kind of just, I mean, him and of course Travis Hunter here, who,
Yeah.
by the way, if Hunter falls to us, I'm having a hard time justifying taking Debo Samuel
Oh,
over
no. I'll take
Joe.
Travis Hunter.
Yeah, I mean, what happens if Hunter comes off here? Is there, I mean, Rome is, I don't know what his receive. I mean, he probably is one of the highest upside guys on this
Yeah.
board. I'm much more okay with him in this format than I am on, investing the
Yeah, and I'd be fine
capital
with
dynasty.
Travion Henderson too. I mean, I've come around on him, so
Yeah.
I wouldn't say I'm too low on him.
Yeah. Okay, Hunter it is.
Sweet.
Boom.
I mean, you gotta love the upside. I mean, that's what it's about here. So yeah, I love getting Travis Hunter this late.
Yeah, I mean, through 6 rounds, like, kind of feels like we're destroying this draft, at least on paper. Yeah, I mean, we were talking, what was it? I think, were we talking off stream on that or on stream? But I was saying we're competing with hundreds of thousands of people.
Right.
What,
So, yeah,
what do
this
we
is
have to
not the-
worry about Travis Hunter playing deep? Like, I don't care,
Doesn't matter. Yeah, I mean, this is not the format to get safe. You know?
Yeah. Then this is not a format to worry about median outcomes. This is one to fully consider when someone hits, what are they giving you? And I mean, I can't really think of a better. I mean, we're talking about players like Jacoby Myers, especially at receiver, Jerry Jeudy, Jawan Jennings, like in the same realm as Travis Hunter. Like, absolutely not. So
yeah, I mean, Chris Olave stands out among just the players that I'm seeing here. So
100%. Like that's what I was mentioning him. Olave was like, he is extremely disrespected on in these just on all these formats, like and I think that's where we get a little caught up. 100%. Like, the spike weeks and stuff haven't been there, but he gets the new offensive system. He gets a new quarterback. Whether that's good or bad, we don't really know. I mean, there could always be some crazy thing where they sign some unexpected veteran or trade for, like, you just never know. There is some wild scenario where he lands like a Joe Flacco type or something. I mean, who the hell knows? Winston comes back. I don't know. That's unlikely. I get it, but on a team like that where they don't really they just have that Shook and Rattler, like, you never know. Maybe that Shook guy is something, and they got Super Bowl winning head coach now for them. Like, I definitely believe in the Kellen Moore offensive system for fantasy. So.
Well, it's funny you mentioned Jameis Winston because, I mean, the Giants do have 3 quarterbacks on the roster with Russell Wilson and Jackson Dart. I mean, what if they end up like cutting Jameis Winston and then he just like re-signs or signs with the Saints back with the Saints? Like, that'd be pretty fun. I mean,
it might sound
like if he would get starts, but I mean, if Tyler Shock isn't playing so well or gets injured or who knows? So there could be.
Yeah, it might sound crazy when I'm saying it, but that was my thought process. Is imagine if Shook had him at 6-5, or well, whatever. I guess 5-3. But he gets hurt, and they're at the deadline or whatever it is.
They're trying to make a playoff push.
They're trying to make a
Jameis Winston instead of Rattler. Yeah, that could happen.
Now I don't know if trading for Jameis Winston is the playoff push they did, but that's the point. It doesn't need to be Jameis Winston. It could be.
He's a veteran. I mean, he's not the guy that you associate with winning football.
Maybe it's
all his
Kirk Cousins. Yeah, maybe it's Kirk Cousins. Maybe it's just like some other quarterback, or maybe it's
Russ. It doesn't have to be Jameis Winston specifically, but your point.
Maybe it's Russ or something. Maybe it's just anyone, right? Like there's going to be QB movement.
Hey,
touching a team or two in season.
They call up Ryan Tannehill, get him off the couch, and he finally comes back. Like, hey, I mean, Darren Waller just unretired. Like, did anyone think that was going to happen? So crazier things have happened.
Yeah, is that? I mean, that's what I mean. It's just, that's one way it could work out. Also, oh shoot, not Khalil Shakir. Who do we like here?
Yeah, we should have been preparing more. How about Josh Downs or Pearsall? Downs or Pearsall.
Yeah, let's go.
Downs.
Ooh, yeah, that's tough. Let's go with maybe the healthy guy.
Yeah, let's go with the healthy guy. Yeah, good call. Yeah, I mean, I don't hate Jaden Reed either. He's a little lower.
You know who I was gonna point out, but again, it's a little
Stephon
questionable.
Diggs? No thanks. No thanks.
Like I at least in Dynasty, maybe it's my Dynasty thing coming over. We just got him in round 13.
Mm-hmm.
In like late round 13. We couldn't even believe he was there just because the reports are saying he's healthy. You look at the other players on the board, and it's like, yeah, I'll take Stephon Diggs. He's the only guy I know that's going to score points here. So
yeah, I mean, he's good at football, provided he hasn't, completely fallen off the cliff and is washed now. But I don't think that's the case unless he's really affected, which he could be. I mean, coming off torn ACL, I mean, you don't want to take that too lightly, but I think that's a fine value in Dynasty.
Yeah, the biggest thing with Diggs here, like it's because Cup. I look at Cup and I'm like, okay, of course I'm taking Diggs here. But then you look below.
Matthew Golden.
Yeah, exactly. But then you look lower and you're like, oh, I got Golden, I got Reed,
even Ibuka.
I mean, exactly.
Like, I'm feeling more and more that Ibuka could be a year one producer. As crazy as that might sound to some people.
Oh yeah, no, I mean my exposure will certainly be on on like these platforms here, these best ball on.
So what's the tiebreaker? Are you kind of just playing the ADP game with some of these similar receivers, or do you have a gut feeling on like between like Golden, Reed, Pearsall, and Ibuka? Like what's the tiebreaker for you?
Do we have any NFC South guys here? Oh, we got Atlanta. Oh wait, he just went. Ibuka just went. Honestly, Golden to me, I mean, it's weird because like Reed, it almost feels like a median outcome. Reed's like the better one, although he's like extremely volatile himself. But like if Golden hits, it's far better than Reed. Like I don't think there's any question about that. Like if Golden hits, like we're talking like I seriously think it's Brian Thomas-esque of a hit where you're in this extremely pass heavy offense. He's running all the routes.
So Golden or Pearsall then? Take that.
I like Golden. I like healthy. I like
big play guy, fast.
It's actually we ended up. It's funny. I mean, I've been actually drafting it. It's crazy to say that Golden might be one of my like most owned players so far on DraftKings, with where he's going, but and I just like did not like him at all pre-draft. However, that's all priced in. I thought he really won the landing spot in the NFL draft. And I just think that the Packers are one of the biggest, positive regression candidates. People are... Actually, Jordan Love is also one of the top guys in fantasy points per dropback. He was at least better than the herd of quarterbacks. So I just have some conviction that the Green Bay pass game is a value in fantasy. Especially when we're talking redraft and stuff, where you're just...
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, we've talked about this a lot off stream, just, in our phone conversations about the Packers passing game and how things could have played out very differently last season if Jordan Love didn't get injured early in the season and then they went more run heavy. But Jaden Reed, I feel like, was on his way to a breakout and probably would have had that true breakout season. And, another universe where Jordan Love doesn't get banged up and the Packers keep throwing the ball like they did in 2023.
Yeah.
So, I think there's a lot of upside for Jaden Reed, Matthew Golden, Tucker Kraft. Speaking of tight ends, we were talking about him earlier. Tucker Kraft's a guy I'm just suddenly a lot higher on, kind of in all formats, and just kind of want to get some shares of where I can get him.
Yeah, you know what's funny? In Dynasty, I was like trying to figure out why don't I have any more Tucker Kraft. And you look at startup drafts, it's weird. He's like, okay, he's either like a solid value, or you're just kind of taking, depending on the season he has, like you're just kind of taking one of the more expensive tight ends, and there's a bunch of other guys in the tier. Though the one thing to acknowledge with him is he's like always the youngest of all those tight ends around him. Right. So it's actually weird. In Dynasty, it feels like he should be a better value than he should be in redraft, but I think it's the other way around. I think...
Right, because you're kind of paying for that youth, that artificial dynasty value, as we like to call it, ADV, so I hear you.
Yeah, it's not like he's that expensive, but he's just expensive enough.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, we're at pick 100 here.
Hey, speaking of Tucker Kraft, I mean, he's still sitting there.
Yeah, we can't take him here. He's 20 picks ahead of ADP.
Oh, okay.
There's ETN, Warren, Andrews.
How about Tyler Warren? I mean, I don't know if I'm too carried away with these rookie tight ends all of a sudden. But
Say less. I was like, I wasn't sure if you'd be on it. I was trying to find a different option.
yeah,
But I do think we have a, yep, we have a bring
upside.
back.
I mean, we're just going for upside here. So like, who cares
Yep.
of what the realistic outcome is or median? Like, just give
Yeah.
me the upside of Tyler Warren.
I'm with you. We already took downs as well. So we have
Okay.
this, but that's good though. I like it. We have this. I know that it's not like a super high passing volume
Yeah, I mean,
play,
the
but
only reason that makes me a little nervous, I wasn't thinking of that when I said Tyler Warren. Not that I hate it or anything, but you would kind of expect them to both be kind of working in the middle of the field. So like, can both hit? I mean, maybe to some degree, maybe
yeah,
that limits our upside slightly. But I mean, I still really like both players, so like, I'm willing to just go for it.
yeah. It might be one of those things where I don't know. Maybe like our bets. One of these guys, or let's say it's like
That's
Warren
like a
is
big, like maybe Downs is like hot early in the season,
exactly.
and like Tyler Warren's hot like in the late in the season, so it could still work.
Yeah, or and then especially like in playoff weeks, week 15 one hits, week 16 the other one hits, or something like that.
Sure.
So,
Yeah.
um,
Yeah. So I think it could work. So
yeah. So
seen Tajay Spears there.
112.
Just looking for names that jump
Yeah.
out at me as I cycle through these. Yeah, Travis Etienne, I definitely don't mind. I mean, I think getting them this late.
Let's check the board here real quick. What's okay? We're pick up 129. Kraft might be able to fall to us. Love might be able to fall to us. I was just thinking, do we play out Green Bay and take one of these guys and try to get the other?
Take one of what guys?
We have like one of these Green Bay guys, and then hope the other one falls. Like,
Tucker Kraft or who else is there?
well, Love would be the quarterback that we're also looking for. But we don't need to get him. We can get Penix.
Yeah. And then, of course, like we were talking about Bryce Young earlier. I don't know if he makes sense with this specific build, but just in general, I mean, like he could be a guy to consider as well at some point.
Yeah, if we could find a pass catcher for him. Oh, man. I mean, by the way, are you interested in all in ETN here at like way behind ADP, 112?
Yeah. I just take him?
Yeah, we do need another running back. We also have Jacksonville stuff, so.
Yeah, and we don't want to wait until like all the starting running backs are gone. And so I think
Yeah.
it feels good to get a third starting running back here.
I think that kind of solved our issue of like making a choice of like reaching on ADP.
Right.
Because now we can at least queue up the Packers players.
Oh, and also because we have a little, I guess you'd call it a stack or correlation just with having Travis Hunter and Travis Etienne. So that's
Exactly.
kind of
Yeah, we have 4 players now in that game, which is good to have. And then
Jags Colts. So yeah, that's very fun. That's perfect.
We might also get lucky. Let's see here. We don't have any Niners. Don't have any Broncos. Okay, there we go. Week 15, we have a Seahawks Colts. And then Jets play the Jags. So, I think we do gotta. Let's remember to try and get Ferg on this team. By the way, at some point.
Jake Ferguson.
Yeah. Because we need a Cowboy.
Yeah, bring back.
And he's just a great value, so it's really easy to click.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm good with that.
We could also look for a Bear as well. So I'm just trying to. Oh, did Ferguson just go? No, he didn't. Okay.
By the way, welcome to everyone watching. We haven't even really greeted the chat yet. But yeah, I haven't had any comments yet. So if you have any thoughts about how we're doing in this draft so far, definitely let us know. We've got 7 people watching right now, so appreciate you all being here. For anyone that's just joining us, we're doing a best ball draft on DraftKings. Definitely liking our team so far. Maybe we'll rattle it off in a second, maybe after like our next pick or two here. But yeah, these are a lot of fun. What did you say the prize was? 1.5 million. So
yeah, something like that.
We're just swinging for the upside here.
Oh yeah. Speaking of swinging for upside, something that doesn't feel like that at all. Najee Harris is a huge faller because he has his out tag on him.
Oh right.
Like 30 spots before the eye injury, so kind of puts him in some intriguing. He's kind of like one of the only guys in that area, other than like I just don't believe in Ramondre. That can kind of just give you. I'd
almost rather have Ramondre than Najee at this point, but
okay.
Yeah, I could go either way, I guess.
Yeah, I just don't believe in Ramondre at all, to be honest. Mm-hmm. I mean, maybe I'll crap on him after we make this pick, but maybe I can do. It's pretty simple. He led the league in fumbles. He got benched 3 times in the season for Antonio Gibson, and he was re-signed. He was drafted by another regime, re-signed by the next one, and then the other one, now the third regime takes him over. Okay,
Yeah.
so
All right, you got some points.
I think we have to take. I think we gotta take Penix here. To be honest, let's just secure it.
What other QBs are around?
No one. We gotta take him.
Okay. Yeah, let's take Penix.
We have to. Yeah.
Yeah. The staff of London.
If we had Tet, I'd be 100% waiting for Young. But we're out on quarterback. We're kind of screwed if we don't take him there.
I mean, with 4-point passing touchdowns, it is tempting for me personally to just take Young over Penix regardless, but I certainly understand the importance of stats with in tournaments like this where you really want to get that correlation. So I'm good with it.
Yeah, don't overvalue though Young's. He did have rushing production, but I mean we're talking kind of we're talking like literally 40 attempts a season. That's just like Penix numbers basically of what Penix will do. So
he ran hot on the rushing touchdowns. What do you have, like 5 or 6?
He had 6 in like only a few games, especially.
Yeah, so it was kind of an outlier thing. So probably not gonna repeat.
He's just like Geno Smith level of rushing as far as attempts go. The touchdowns for unless your name's Jalen Hurts is just it's just random. Like literally, one year I remember Herbert had 0, and then he had like week 1 of the next season. It's just like.
Hey, speaking of quarterbacks and stacks, are we thinking about Anthony Richardson or Daniel Jones at all as a third quarterback?
We'll get in that. We are up, and Burden and Loveland are here, but we have a rookie tight end. Do we just take Burden and then hope Buddy falls to us, Ferg?
I'm good with Burden. I mean, we haven't taken a receiver in a while, I feel like.
Okay, let's do that. I think we got the buzzer beater off.
Okay.
I was looking at tight end. Oh, shoot. Okay. We do have Goddard, and at least hopefully someone auto-drafts Jonnu ahead of Ferguson. But I noticed we have Ferguson, and then we have Zach Ertz that we could always fall back onto.
Yeah, I'm good with either Ferguson or Ertz.
Yeah.
You either get the bring back or the stack.
Yeah, this is clearly a 3 tight end room anyways. We have guys like Shig, Hunter Henry that are good values down there. So
I love both those guys for sure.
Yeah, so we can I think we can just take the risk on tight end there.
Okay.
Okay, so quarterback. Yeah, okay, that's what you're asking. Call me crazy. This is not the being stuck to AR thing, but I think this is a clear. Look at them. They're right back to back.
Mm-hmm.
To me, especially look at our build. We have Jaden Daniels. We have Penix. I think it's still fine to add on a Colts quarterback here, though I think some might disagree because we're getting them so damn late. But to me, it's just a case of what do you win when you win? I know Daniel Jones had that one good season, and he might. Hey, he's a candidate to be the Sam Darnold of this year, but I mean, come on, like AR, he had 10 games last year. 4 of them were 20+ points. Like, it's an easy AR for me. I think he's.
Yeah, I'm with you. Say less. We're going for upside. Anthony Richardson, if nothing else.
To me, the only way that you can click Daniel Jones over AR is if you're 100% confident that he's the 17-game starter. If you can't say that, I think you're crazy if you're taking. At that point, just don't take any quarterback. If you don't believe in AR, like that's fine, whatever. But he's undoubtedly like one of the best values if he is in the game.
Yeah.
And okay. 153. We missed out on our tight ends because what did we do? We just got sniped a bunch. Okay.
Wait, did AR go then?
No. He's like super late, like 193.
Oh, okay.
We got sniped on tight ends. So, oh wait, there's Kyle Pitts, and we do have Falcon stuff. I
saw Dylan Sampson. Yeah, I don't mind Hunter Henry. What are we thinking here? Tank Bigsby, I like. Although we have Travis Etienne already. What are you thinking?
Ooh, God.
Tillman.
I'm down to just like hit Tillman honestly, and then figure out the rest.
Yeah, that's cool. I love Tillman.
Let's figure out our running back situation here. I think we got 3 solid kind of like week 1 type plays, but there are a lot of good values. down here. I guess we got to start taking them now. We queue up some guys. I'm just trying to think of what we could use. We could afford to take on a pure kind of handcuff guy.
Yeah, I mean, Braylon Allen's a guy I like. I mean, who knows if Breece Hall ever gets traded or if he just has more of a role. I mean, let's not forget, like, early last season, I mean, it seemed like Braylon Allen had kind of, like, earned a role, but then it kind of fell off, but then Breece got hurt, and then Isaiah Davis was better than a lot of people expected, although, we were always kind of high on him. But anyways, long way to say I like Braylon Allen still.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Good way to put it. You know what? We can't really take Bigsby, I don't think, because we have a bunch of Jags, and we have ETN, so we just got to put our bet somewhere else.
Yeah. I mean, Algier is just, if you're going pure upside, you just bet out a Bijan injury. Like, I don't hate that.
Honestly, that's what I was about to say, was as far as running backs here, other than maybe, like, Braylon Allen, you're fine taking them? Oh, dude, easy click. We have Falcons. Easy click.
Yeah, you're right. 100%. Didn't even think of that, for sure.
Algier is one of those guys where, I don't want to root against a Bijan injury or anything or root for it, sorry. But if that is to happen, like, I can't think of basically one of, like, it's in Dynasty as well, just like a better value. I mean, Algier is going to be just complete workhorse on this.
Oh my God. I mean, wouldn't he be like an easy top 10 running back in the ranks each week?
I mean, he'd be like a lock top 15, undoubtedly, I think. So,
yeah.
I mean...
At least top 15, minimum.
Yeah. So, I mean, it easily could be top 10, though.
Who's going to take touches away from Algier in that backfield if Bijan's gone? There's just... name another Falcons running back on that roster? Like, I can't.
No, I don't. They have that Jace McClellan. So that's a good sign.
I'm pretty sure I think they cut him.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, never mind. I can't even.
Yeah, otherwise, I was going to say, I'm not like, wait a minute. No, I think they cut him. So I can't even name another guy. I think.
Yeah.
Oh, I think they signed, don't quote me on this. I don't know how I know this. I'm not even sure, but I just remember seeing it on Sleeper randomly. I want to say they signed like some random former UDFA from like the Giants, like Jashawn Corbin, or I might not even be saying his name right, but. Don't even quote me on that. But yeah, basically, there's no one else in that backfield. So
let's do some research.
Upside for Algier. Yeah, if you want to pull up the depth chart, feel free. But
let's see what's getting drafted here. A lot of Falcons running backs. Jace McClellan is still there, and Corbin, and something Washington Jr.
Is that 100% up to date though? Because sometimes I feel like they don't always update that stuff. I'm gonna look that up.
Yeah, it could be. Figured they might be kind of like updating their stuff.
Even on like Sleeper, sometimes they don't always like keep that stuff up to date, and they'll just like put the last team that the person played for or whatever. So. Yeah,
that could be it. Let's pray that Hunter Henry just falls into our lap here, a couple picks behind ADP, because we really need him.
That'd be nice.
He really has no business like as far as correlation, but that doesn't matter. We just need a dude that can go out there. Catch a few passes and wait for Tyler Warren's breakout to happen.
Okay, I was right. It looks like McClellan is not on the Falcons anymore. And I was also right. John Corbin is an Atlanta Falcon. So there you go.
Okay, I don't even know who that is. So yeah that's a good sign for Tyler Rozier for sure. By the way, receiver... Unless we get the flexibility we feel like to take one, we're definitely good on receiver. We got an awesome.
Yeah, but how many do we have at this point?
7. We got sniped on Hunter Henry, but I mean, like, do we just bite the bullet and just take Kate on? Like, we need a dude that can just.
Does he make sense with any ringbacks or anything?
We can make it make sense.
Okay, fair enough.
I think, like, our third tight end, like, honestly, like, it might need to be Tyler Higbee or something, because...
The only thing I don't like about Kate Otten is, like, he was only relevant when there were, like, injuries, so he's almost kind of like a handcuff in a way. Now, again, not that that's, like, a a bad thing. I mean, obviously we just drafted Tyler Algier, so I mean,
Yeah.
he's still on the upside. And if you do have the right injuries around Kate Otten, we've seen he can really produce in a huge way, like he did last season for that stretch. But the only thing that makes me nervous is that it's not just like Mike Evans and Godwin that you're betting on injuries because they bring in a Buka. So I feel like more players need to get hurt now for Kate Otten to really be exciting. So I don't love the pick, but I guess I'm very.
I don't love it either, but we kind of just need a guy that we can just pray that scores 6 touchdowns a season or something, and just lives like just pops in our lineup.
I almost wanted to say like Mason Taylor, but then it doesn't feel great having like 2 rookies. Yeah. So that's kind of dicey. So yeah, maybe he was just sort of the necessary pick there.
I don't think it's a good pick. I'll say that. It's kind of just like Can he get in there week 1 and score a touchdown?
I think if he was a bring back, like it would have felt a lot better. But like, it wasn't a bring back. It wasn't a stack. It was just kind of meh.
We kind of do have some NFC South stuff, and they might play in week 15 or 16. We can always check that out.
Okay.
Braylon Allen is still here, by the way. Like.
Oh. I'm good with that. Yeah, we're talking about him.
We get sniped.
That's nice. Oh man.
There's Roshan. I mean, my top guys would like Roshan and Shipley for ADP.
Do we want to avoid Jarquez Hunter? Do we want to avoid the handcuff for Kyron?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Bro, Giddens, get a Colt.
He's way down there. We'd be reaching like 20 picks. Do you prefer? I mean, we kind of have to take one of these guys here, honestly.
Go Shipley. Let's just bet on like a Madden curse.
Yep. Okay. I'm good with that. We just picked him in a startup in 19.4 because he's buried on ADP, and I think he's like one of the best dynasty startup picks. Yeah. Like it's just he's buried. If his ADP said 4 rounds earlier, he'd go 4 rounds earlier.
Right.
Like, I don't have any question about that. Yeah. So he's a pure handcuff guy, but.
Yeah, just like Algier. I mean, like we're swinging for the upside, and if something happens to Saquon, Will Shipley's the guy I want to own. So I like it.
Let's take a look. Oh yeah, perfect. We get some Eagles Commanders stuff, and then
nice.
let's see. Week 15 we get an Otten bring back with all our Falcons.
Oh, okay, that's cool then.
I do love all this NFC. Dude, the NFC South is my prediction of like. If there's a division in football or like a cluster of teams, because I was looking, I was asking ChatGPT, I was like giving it our hives from last year of the Texans and Dolphins and Niners and all those teams that we had hive 1 and hive 2. It just doesn't exist this year. And then I was like, why can't I figure it out? And I was asking ChatGPT, and it was like, there's just no cluster games that are like that last year. It's just by chance. But they did say that NFC South was one of the highest correlated, and NFC East as well were really correlated because it's just like they're all playing in-division opponents, kind of that cluster for the most part.
I see.
But the really intriguing part about the NFC South is that those defenses stunk last year.
Yeah.
They shouldn't have got much better, and kind of like their offenses, Bryce Young's taking a step. At least the Saints are hopefully better, and what is it? What's the other team there? I'm not thinking of. That's not the
Buccaneers.
That's not the Buccaneers. Panthers, Saints, Falcons get Penix and whatnot.
Yeah.
So.
And of course, remember that Week 17 game last year between the Falcons and Panthers? That was just like so wild. And was that week 17 or 18?
That was Week 18. Yeah.
Week 18. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. I can't remember how many points were scored, but like the fantasy points were just like flying everywhere. And I mean, Bijan had like an insane game. I think Drake London went nuts. Bryce Young had a big game. I could just see. I think that's kind of the idea, is that you get hopefully a lot of games like that with having a lot of these NFC South players. So I think that's pretty fun.
Yeah, and AR, by the way, while we were talking, just fell into our lap, 10 picks past ADP. Completely forgot about him.
Love it.
That's awesome. You could argue maybe you don't need a third quarterback on here. We have 20 picks. I say, why not?
It's just worth it for the upside.
Yeah, I picked 200. I mean, come on. I mean, I know you're not the biggest AR guy, especially in Dynasty, but
in this format, I'm a huge AR.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. It's I mean, come on, Russ and Shadur's going a few picks later. I mean,
Yeah.
come on, that's too much. I love Giddens would be such an easy pick. Do we just
Yeah, I
take
also like
him?
Keaton Mitchell and I like Taj Brooks. So like
Let,
I'd be happy with any of those. So
you know,
whoever you're feeling.
let's take Keaton Mitchell because we're gonna have plenty of DJ Giddens.
Okay.
It's
I
just we can't
I
have
love
that many Colts.
Yeah, it's a lot of Cole Sav, and I love Keaton Mitchell. I have so many shares of him in Dynasty. I just love the upside, the big playability. It seems like he's healthy. Reports on him are good. They're saying he's got his speed back.
And he's
I
gone.
mean, this is at an average, like 8 or 9 yards per carry as a rookie, whatever it was. It was insane.
He's gone.
He can catch the ball.
Yeah,
we got sniped.
We got sniped. I mean, do
for
we
all
just take
that-
Giddens at that point and just throw our money away and
Yeah, we're going all in on the Colts. Let's just do it.
screw it? We need the JT injury. We need AR just guns blazing.
Yeah.
We'll see. Well, the one thing I will say, if we do get the JT injury on this build specifically for end of season, the one thing that I'm the least interested if AR gets in there, and it's been my biggest confusion about the Colts play calling, and it goes great with this team, right? Is I think the Tyler Warren is pretty bullish for Colts quarterbacks to check the ball down like they should be.
Right.
AR's ADOT is like the highest in the NFL. It makes no sense. Like, yes, he can bomb it, and he should. But, like, if I'm the OC for the Colts, I'm building my passing game at the line of scrimmage, you know? And I'm building it from there through the run game and then to set up the shots. I'm not just going out and just letting that ball rip. And, well, guess what? Now you got Downs, you got Tyler Warren, you got guys that can make plays happen with the ball in their hands, can separate real close to the line of scrimmage.
Mm-hmm.
Let's tell ourselves $1.5 million story where Shane Steichen wants to build out a pass game with a 0 ADOT.
Yeah, and hopefully they have to throw the ball even more because in this universe, JT is injured. He's out for the season. You know, DJ Giddens is the main running back, but they're still having to throw the ball more.
AR's RB1 because JT's out.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So, I like it. Sounds good to me.
Do we have 2 picks? Do you just want to go 2 tight ends on this one? Like, sorry, 4 tight ends. I mean, we actually have like a really solid running back room, really good quarterback room, really good receiver room.
Unless if Todd Brooks is there. Oh, but I see Harold Fannin. So and Gadsden. Yeah. So I definitely wouldn't mind going 2 tight ends, but I do love Taj Brooks if
he's gone.
Okay, well that makes it easy then. That makes it easy.
So do you want to go? So do you want to go Higbee here just for our guaranteed points in production, or maybe go JT Sanders if you like him more?
Let's go upside of JT Sanders.
Okay, I'm with you. I think I just clicked that actually my last draft in that same decision.
Yeah, NFC South. So when in doubt, go with the NFC South.
100%. I actually just made that click in my last draft as well. I was between those 2 guys, and I just kind of
let's just bet on the second-year breakout. I mean, I know Jatavian Sanders isn't a guy that a lot of people talk about and have like huge expectations for, but he can be pretty sneaky. So as a low-key second-year breakout candidate, I like that.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. And then we get I had also pointed there's also Barner too. And if you're interested at all, we could just go Fannin.
I mean, I'd rather have Gadsden than Barner.
Yes,
for me, it'd be between like Gadsden and Fannin.
Yeah, let's see. Does anything make sense? You know, I do think Fannin. I think you're risking Gadsden went. Okay, perfect. No,
okay, that makes it easy.
It's interesting. I think with Gadsden, I'd need.
Or what about Taysom? Can we do Taysom Hill out of NFC South? Or is that too wacky?
Let's see. I think we need some Saints stuff. I mean, it's pretty wacky. I say let's just screw it, dude. It's our 4th tight end.
NFC South. I mean, Taysom Hill. I was just talking to Randy because we had the dynasty team we co-manage in the Aqua League, and we were looking at our roster, asking like, okay, is there anyone that we could cut if we wanted to pick someone up from waivers? And Randy mentioned Taysom Hill. I'm like, this dude scored 50 fantasy points in a game last year. Like, I know he's ancient. Like, I know he's coming off a torn ACL, but like, it doesn't always have to make sense with Taysom Hill. He just finds a way. So like, yeah, give me some Taysom Hill.
Yeah, you know what? I'm with you. I kind of read that, like, let's look this up real quick, actually. Let's get the people some Taysom Hill injury news. I read that, like, yeah, he's not back practicing, but it kind of sounded like he was getting close to practicing. Like, unfortunately, it was a week 13 injury.
Yeah. I mean, it might be a little crazy, but hey, we're just going for it here. You never know. I mean, I'm never going to write off Taysom Hill.
Oh, this isn't a good one. Has Taysom Hill scored his last touchdown for the
Oh,
Saints?
hey, that's clickbait. Don't even worry about that. That's just clickbait.
Yeah, hopefully.
See, that's why no one else is going to draft Taysom Hill, and we're going to be like the only one that were like crazy enough to take him, and that's what's going to be puts us over the top for that 1.5 million.
You know what's the craziest part is that he's actually got like a round like 17 ADP, which is kind of surprising.
And where did we get him?
Oh, we got him like 20 picks past ADP though. So
well, perfect.
Actually,
so, hey, can't argue with that.
We got him round 20. We got him like 3 rounds past ADP, so that's awesome.
Love it.
I'd love. Yeah, I didn't officially see news, but I did see something where it was like, okay, like maybe like mid-season or something, he's back and he's practicing before. So I'm willing to do. We need a $1.5 million. Like,
yeah, and dude, it's our fourth tight end. Like, if we had to take our third, like, yeah, give me Harold Fannin. But as a fourth tight end on a team where we have a lot of NFC South players, yeah, Andy's what 3 rounds past ADP.
Yeah,
that's when you take Taysom Hill.
Yeah, oh yeah, no, I love that. We actually got a Saint as well. We just got a prayer for the playoffs that we could get someone for us. Let's review the team here, though.
Yeah, let's take a look.
All right.
Yeah, so for our audio listeners, do we want to rattle off the roster here?
Yeah, audio listeners. So we start in round 1 with Neighbors, come back around to Drake London, or do we want to go by position?
However you want to do it. And we were picking at the 109 for anyone that missed the beginning of the stream.
Yeah, okay. We'll just go by round.
Yeah, just go by the order. Yeah, so Neighbors,
London. Yeah, we go to Kyron Williams, Jaden Daniels, K9. We actually get Travis Hunter to follow us at 6'4". And then we double tap between Downs and Golden, 2 young receivers we like. Come back around, double down on the Colts with Warren, round 9. 20 picks past ADP, we get ETN. We stack up Michael Penix in round 11 with London. Get a great value on Burden, who I think is just one of the most underpriced players in general. And then, round 13, get Tillman on one of our favorite guys. Get our bets on the Falcons, Algier. We forcefully take Kate Otten because we get sniped on Hunter Henry. Shipley, AR, Giddens, JT Sanders, and finish out with our Taysom Hill pick we were just talking about.
Yeah.
So.
Hey, I think we killed it. I love this team.
Yeah, actually, this is way better than the team, at least in my mind, than the one I drafted earlier. But the one I drafted earlier was really interesting because I had like 4 early receivers, and then I did like what I don't like, but you can do in best ball, and I was just taking a bunch of like Alec Pierce and Josh Palmer and like just a bunch of guys that you cannot project to get you points like in a startable lineup generally. But in this format, it was like stacks and it was bringbacks, and it felt really gross, but it might be better than it felt. It just felt for like 9 rounds in a row. I was just like taking guys I would never want anything to do with in like my dynasty sit league. So, yeah.
Yeah.
So now I don't know what you're doing for time. We because that was our first entry on the MilliMaker. We got a free ticket. We don't have to use that right now if we don't want to. If you want to stream some more, it's up to you.
I mean, what is it? I mean, basically, what are you thinking? That we either do another draft or call it a night, or I don't know if there's anything else we wanted to talk about.
Oh, yeah, we can always talk about something else too if you want.
Yeah. I guess it's more of like a best ball thing, and we haven't had like much interaction in the live chat, so I don't know. Maybe it'd be just like a good like rare night to call it a night early. Unless you have any ideas, or what are you feeling, Blake?
let's try to call it early. Maybe we could close out with some finishing thoughts, and hopefully it doesn't take an hour or something.
Yeah. I think that sounds good. And we're gonna be streaming again really soon. I'm not sure. We'll have to talk about it. I don't know if you have any thoughts
We'll
now.
shoot for
But
Wednesday.
in terms of the next day we stream, are you thinking tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday? Like, what are you thinking we're gonna do next
Yeah,
month?
we can always shoot for tomorrow, but see what happens.
Okay. Sure.
If not, we'll go Wednesday or try
Yeah.
for Wednesday. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, but I mean, we'll definitely be streaming again soon this week. Yeah, who knows? Maybe we even end up streaming more than twice this week. We do sometimes. So yeah, I think if we're streaming more often, like we can't afford to be going like 4 or 5 hours each time like we do sometimes. But but yeah, let's wrap it up with some final thoughts here. Yeah. Well, what do you think about that team? Like, is there anything that you wish we had done differently? Anything we learned from that draft? Any final closing thoughts on it?
Just wish we didn't get sniped on tight end a couple rounds in a row. We
Yeah.
lost out on all our stacks and bring back tight ends, and then just Hunter Henry, who just is a good price. And I think honestly we could have went Mason Taylor in the end. Actually, I think that's what I would have rather picked Mason Taylor. By the way, he was like their 20 picks past ADP as well, but we did have to take AR, and we already took K Dotton by just kind of me forcing us to. But I think that was a lesson learned because, especially on a balanced team like that, or just felt really balanced, we could have just shot with another rookie upside tight end, had 2 mystery boxes, and then, honestly, worst case, you could still go JT Sanders if you want, but you could also go Tyler Higbee and some just disgusting guy late. That's
or maybe if
points.
we had gone with the 2 rookies with Mason Taylor and Tyler Warren, then maybe we go with. Oh wait, I was gonna say maybe we go Harold Fannin over Taysom Hill, like as if that was safer. But then you get a 3rd rookie, so I guess that wouldn't.
I was gonna say too. I was like, oh yeah, then we go Taysom and Higbee, but then it's like Taysom isn't even scoring points for the first half of the season, if any.
Probably,
so I would have to find another veteran past the 200s, but maybe it's like Barner or something.
Made it work somehow, some way.
Yeah, there's got to be someone that we can't think of that can just kind of run routes and hopefully fall in the end zone. But
I'm trying to think, like, what's like the cheapest starting tight end that projects to give you like some safe production?
It's literally Higbee. That's it.
Okay.
And you could argue how safe it is.
Mm-hmm.
It looked good at the end of the last season. That's all I know. That's
Actually, there might be one other guy. Noah Fant.
He might be, but I think wherever he goes is a backup.
Okay.
I think he's just playing rotation.
Probably, yeah. I mean, you're probably right, but just on the off chance that, I mean, I'm trying to think where could he even go where it would be like, oh yeah, he's the starter instantly. Like, is there even a spot?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you could argue some place with a rookie tight end, but I just think the rookie tight end that's starting, which would be 3 spots, will just beat him out, and one of them certainly won't draft him won't pick him up because they already have commit. So,
I mean, I guess he's not a veteran, but I think you could argue. I mean, I feel like Oronde Gadsden is going to be the starter for the Chargers. Like, I don't think it's going to be too long. So maybe that's the answer. I know it's another rookie.
Yeah, I think I had listed out a potential. Here's the thing. I think I listed out Chargers, but it also doesn't make any sense because I think they're going to be really happy with what they have in Disley and
you think Disley's going to start over Conklin and Gadsden?
I think they're all going to be on the field. I think that Conklin.
Committee?
Yeah, I think it's just going to be this weird, disgusting committee where.
Yeah.
Basically, if Gadsden doesn't break out by the end of the season, I'd be really shocked if Gadsden really did anything in the first half of the season. Now, the second half, you just never know. There was injuries. He could be impressing throughout the season in camp, and the cream rises to the top kind of thing. Right. But Conklin and Disley are just like, God, they're not good, but they're just like these trusted veterans. They've been getting contracts, and also Disley was there last year. Like, that can't be overlooked. He was actually a trusted fantasy producer last year as well, actually, funny enough. But he really provides a lot in the blocking game. So
Yeah.
it's not like Gadsden's just going to come in there and take his lunch receiving. We got a veteran guy that can protect the quarterback and also put his hand in the dirt and turn into like a sixth lineman. So that
I
certainly
mean,
can't be
maybe
overlooked.
could Disley kind of be like the Mark Andrews and Gaston could be like the Isaiah Likely maybe?
Oh yeah, no, I mean that I think that can absolutely happen. I just think with Gadsden, as far as it depends what the expectations are, though, right? I
Yeah.
think my expectations, I'd be really happy if he pretty much did anything. If he was
Okay.
running 40% of the routes, 50% of the
Mhm.
routes, at some point, I'd be pretty happy with that. I'm sure he'll score
Yeah.
fantasy points, but I
Yeah.
do see a pretty tough path early doing that. Again, you never know with injuries.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, so he'll be an interesting one where he's the guy where it's just like he's either a complete zero or he actually might be like the guy you need to own kind of thing. It's
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, he's either like absolutely nothing, or he's like finishes as like the tight end 10, and it's like, oh
yeah,
my god, like where did
yeah, but
that
he
come
was
from?
like
But
the top five tight end down the stretch or something. You
oh
know,
yeah, maybe he's like the guy that if you didn't draft around
yeah,
to Gatson, like you probably didn't win your league or something crazy like that. But I'm all in on him. I mean, I don't want to have like specific expectations for him because it's probably like
it's
not even fair to place that on a rookie tight end who was drafted in the fifth round
yeah,
again. But like, I'm so excited about him. Like, I mean, he was so cheap in Dynasty that he doesn't need to do too much to be a win on what you
yeah.
bought him from Dynasty. So
Oh
I'm definitely really excited to see what he does,
yeah,
and I'm not putting any limits on him. Like I think he's going to be like if you say it's going to either be nothing or a hit, I think it's going to be a hit personally.
okay,
So I
yeah.
just want to be on record for that.
Okay, yeah, but here's the key I think in Dynasty about the Gadsden because he's free, so it's all about expectations and well
Yeah.
if he's free now I know his price is he actually has like a price now, he's actually going places in startups all that stuff, getting drafted in rookie drafts, but the expectations are still even though he's like the hype guy that are so low that if he is this weird like Isaiah Likely and he just shows a few flashes down the stretch.
Mhm.
I mean, ultimately he could have like do actually nothing, but in Dynasty his value could come up quite a bit, and he literally could be the next Isaiah Likely, except he doesn't have Mark Andrews ahead of him. So I think that's completely
Sure.
reasonable.
Oh yeah.
So I'm much more interested in him in Dynasty than I am, I guess best ball because best ball you don't need to get a zero in best ball. Like in
Mhm.
fact you're really trying to avoid it. It's weird because it's like we're talking about this upside. Maybe if he's like a fourth tight end kind of guy, or he's a third tight end on like some elite build. It's just
Mhm.
if I have a chance between Taj Brooks and him, I'm taking like a Taj Brooks, or I'm taking the insert handcuff running back. Does that make
Yeah.
sense?
Yeah.
I'm trying.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, I'm trying to avoid the complete zero, but
Yeah.
Dynasty Gadsden, I do think there's a good chance he goes up in value, even if he does pretty much nothing.
Yeah. And also one thing that we've talked about before is I mean, back in the what was it, the 23 rookie class, the year Puka came out. I mean, both you and I mean, not trying to like brag here too much. And I know there are other people that like Puka as well, but like you and I were both like really in on Puka Nakua. I was only in a few leagues at a time. At the
Yeah.
time, I got him. I can't remember exactly how many leagues I was, but I got him in. I got him in multiple leagues. Like I think at least like 3 leagues I was in. One of those leagues folded. I think I traded the other 2 shares. I want to say. In any case, we've talked about before, Blake, how like now, like we're in like give or take, like reach like in like 15 dynasty leagues. If we were in that many back then, I mean, can you
Oh,
imagine like how many Puka shares we would have had? I mean, it would have been insane. So that's kind of what I'm doing now. Like where I don't want to be afraid to make a crazy bet like that. And pretty much like Aranda Gatson has become that guy for me. I have 11 shares in like my 14 or whatever dynasty leagues. So like it's gonna be pretty exciting if he hits, if he's like the next, Puka Nakua of tight ends or whatever. So
oh yeah.
not that I'm expecting that. I mean that's obviously sounds a little absurd, but hey, you never know. So, but if I do hit on a guy that I believe in so much like that, I just want to have him in like every league.
Oh yeah, 100%. When they're free, they're on the waiver wire, like a fourth round pick basically. I'm all in if you want to go 100% in on them. I mean,
Yeah.
even
Hey,
my
I only need like 3 more shares. So
yeah.
hey, I might just have to be after though. Although you want them in Greaseville, I believe, so I'm probably not getting that off you. But
That's right.
maybe I can be like
Hey man,
13 out of 14. You know.
Garendo in a second.
Okay.
Now we're talking.
Oh my god, that's too funny. Yeah. So the reason I'm laughing is I don't even know if I should admit it, but yeah, I definitely overpaid for Dylan Sampson, fresh off the Judkin news, and I sent Blake Isaac Garendo in a late projected
Yeah,
second.
yeah, it is late
I guess it
projected.
ended up being anywhere, but
Yeah, I mean it's just like such an overpay on paper. What I will say though, it especially the way I look at Garendo. I mean, it's funny actually. I was like, I'm getting Garendos, but you kind of just like gave me 2 Garendo shares because you gave me that one, and then also, I mean, smart of you. You took Will Shipley off our hands in a fourth for Garendo, which is like I think
and Jarrett Stidham
and Jared Stidham, which we certainly wouldn't pay up anymore because we were just talking about Shipley. We just drafted him. Shipley's like the most underpriced handcuff in all of Dynasty. I feel pretty confident he's the handcuff.
exactly. So that's why I was okay. I guess selling. I guess I didn't get like market value for Garendo, but the reason I didn't is because you correctly recognized that Will Shipley is undervalued. So I kind of gave you credit for what Will Shipley should be worth
Yeah.
on the market rather than what he actually is.
But yeah, you had to because we owned him, and it's like I mean we even had Jordan James, so it's like yeah we could still play the Niners handcuff game another way. I think probably Garendo's honestly one of the most interesting I guess like handcuff players because I don't know there's a bunch of way more interesting player profiles, but I'm interested to see what happens there if I hope McCaffrey doesn't get hurt, but if he does, I wonder how that backfield plays out because Garendo was awesome last year, but had a lot of injuries. So there's always the way where okay, if, we're fading CMC and stuff like that because injuries. Well, we should be pretty nervous of Garendo taking on a workload, getting injured 4 times in his 5-week stretch of opportunities.
I think he gets the first crack, and then he probably gets injured at some point, and then we see some Jordan James. So I think they're both interesting.
That's kind of my take on it. I don't see Jordan James just like outright winning the job. But that's not really what happens normally with the Niners. It's like, okay, this guy gets a crack at it. For some reason, their backup always gets hurt, and then the third, I mean, just like Garendo last year, he was the third running back to start the season and throughout the season. Mason gets hurt, and Garendo pops in. So, James, speaking of him, is like one of my most owned players in all of Dynasty. I have like 8 shares. I have like 7 or 8 DJ Giddens. I'm like all in on these backup running backs.
Oh yeah.
And we got a cat. We got a black cat feature here. I had a thought, by the way, for rookie drafts strategy, which I'm sure we've mentioned on a phone call or something at some point. Yeah. But it's just so simple. It's not even funny. If you're building out, say, I don't know, your portfolios for your multiple teams, and you're in these late rounds, I mean, these receivers, unless you have like the only receiver I would have big convictions about past round 2 would be Jalen Noel and Pat Bryant this year. Anything beyond that is like I can hope, but I don't have like much conviction.
Yeah.
But with running backs, we've talked about you don't even need to be good, you can just get lucky, whatever. With running backs, you can get thrust into a role, shoot up in dynasty value. Well, with running backs, I think there's something interesting. I've noticed the past few rookie drafts. It's just honestly, genuinely, I think it's like I don't know, maybe like a safer floor, because okay, every once in a while you get a Tank Dell and Puka Nacua and stuff like that. But if you just shoot for these running backs in these like 3rd and 4th round, well, they don't even need to do anything year 1. They just need to like stay the backup. Can they stay the backup? Because look at Jalen Wright. Like he did absolutely nothing, and he's actually like maintained value.
Oh yeah, for the most part. And yeah, that's another guy we both really like, and definitely wouldn't mind getting some of him in best ball too.
Yeah, he's actually pretty cheap as well. A big target for sure. But anyways, all of this in rookie drafts and late, I'm more inclined to get heavily invested in these running backs because you don't even need to do anything. You can just stay the
Yeah.
backup,
Yeah.
and you get the same bet year over year over year.
Yeah.
Whereas like receivers, look how many receivers there's been. Go from rounds 13 to 22, and
Mhm.
beyond, and startups. And just look at receiver. It's like
Yeah.
young receiver wasteland. There's a million of them.
Oh
Troy
yeah.
Franklin, Wicks, Dobbs, Leggett, Coker. I mean, some of these guys might actually have like some paths, but I
Right.
won't even continue. There's a million of them.
Oh, for sure. I
A.D.
mean,
Mitchell.
we get around 3 and 4 of dynasty rookie drafts,
Yeah.
and also on waivers after the rookie draft. Yeah, you're safest going with running backs, tight end. Also a good position to go with as well. But yeah, receivers are typically the worst bet there. I mean, not counting QB.
Yeah, yeah, and honestly, last year, which was not a good class. If you just look at rounds 3 and 4, obviously you had Bucky, but you got Braylon Allen backup, Ray Davis backup, Garendo,
Tyron Tracy.
Tyron Tracy, baby starter
Yeah,
backup.
yeah.
Garendo should be backup, but again, we were just talking about him.
And then even like if you took Jalen Wright or Will Shipley, like okay, yeah, they did basically nothing year one,
but backup.
but you're still glad you own them right now because they're
Yeah,
basically the bona fide handcuff on their team heading into year two
they
now.
have a
So
very clear. Even if the value isn't what you
yeah,
know want, they have a very clear role to just skyrocket / be productive,
yeah,
where you draft basically any receiver outside the first round last year.
yeah,
I know that's a one we're just looking at this class, but I think it's a great example. None of those guys are worth anything.
yeah. How
No,
many receivers taken in rounds 3 and 4 are you still like
even
excited
two.
to own? I mean, yeah, maybe what Malik Washington, Jordan Whittington, and like it's
But
not like they were.
but they're not even worth anything. They're going rounds 20 something.
Yeah.
Uh, so I mean, it's funny. Like I'd like almost rather like own a guy like Whittington than I would a guy like Leggett, which is hilarious. But obviously, Whittington's free. Leggett still will cost you something. But it's like at least Whittington, we haven't even seen him like get the opportunity. He got hurt when he was out there.
Yeah.
If he gets out there, I see an actual chance where he scores fantasy points. Where like Xavier Leggett, I just don't know that he's gonna do it.
Oh yeah, I mean, he could be kind of like a Devonte Adams or Puka Nacua handcuff. Like if any of those guys, either of those guys gets injured, all of a sudden, like Jordan Whittington could become pretty interesting because if he's a starting receiver out there and playing 80-90% of snaps, like he's probably going to produce.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. I mean, he was a little bit last year in some of his first games playing. It was really early in
Oh
the
yeah.
season.
Oh yeah, because I mean Whittington was a guy that we were both in on, and yeah, it was exciting. Like when he got out there early, I was like, oh man, like hey, did we discover Puka Nacua 2.0
Yeah,
here? But yeah, it didn't quite play out that way.
yeah,
But I mean, we saw that in a limited sample that he could produce.
yeah. He actually got hurt making this like amazing diving catch on like
Yeah.
a 2 minute drill, and
Mhm.
then Cup and Puka came back like right after, so we never really got a chance to see him uh, do his thing when he had a opportunity. And actually, when we did late in the season, he actually did produce. So,
Yeah.
um,
And
yeah.
if you've made it this far in the live stream, drop Jordan Whittington in the comments. By the way, what stream was it? A recent one where we said like write Dylan Sampson in the chat if anyone made it all the way to the end. Did you ever check that? Like, did anyone actually write Dylan Sampson?
No one put Dylan Sampson. No one was watching.
Disappointing. Disappointing. All right, hey, someone, if you want to make my day, just drop just write Jordan Whittington in the comments on the replay of this live stream. So yeah, if you made it to the end,
We're just gonna keep doing this until someone actually does
right?
it. But the funny thing is,
sure.
I know that people do will make it this part. Actually, Trent was saying he was listening back while he was driving and stuff. So like, maybe they just like because we do it at the end or something. Maybe they actually just like don't listen right to the end, but they will listen.
Off. Like, oh, it sounds like they're wrapping up. Let me just click out of here.
Or they're driving and then they just forget or something. So
Yeah.
I have a little bit of theory. I think people someone has heard the Dylan Sampson thing. Someone's gonna hear
we
this.
still have I mean, we still have 3 people watching right now, so
Yeah.
someone's hearing this,
Hey,
at least
pull
in
over the
theory.
car right now when you're rewatching this,
Yeah.
whoever you are, or just
Yeah.
text and drive. You know, I
No,
don't.
please don't. Please don't. Drive
And
safely. It's not that important. But when you
you
get
know,
home, please remember to write
hand
Jordan
the
when
phone
you're in.
over to someone in the car with you and
Yeah,
type German into whatever it takes.
yeah, for
But
sure. But
yeah,
yeah, we appreciate everyone watching, and yeah, if you have stuck around this long, you should definitely be subscribed to the channel. So make sure you're subscribed. That really helps us a lot. Drop us a like. We appreciate it, and we will definitely be streaming again soon, and probably yeah, maybe even as early as tomorrow. I guess we'll yeah we'll shoot for that. So, but yeah, probably tomorrow, Wednesday. Yeah, hit the notification bell if you just want to get that push notification on your phone anytime we go live. Definitely, that makes it nice and easy. And probably, I think so. Yeah, if we do end up streaming tomorrow, that's probably going to be the stream where we talk about our film club movie of the week at the end of the stream, which is the Truman Show. So tonight may be your last chance to watch the Truman Show if you want to know what the heck we're talking about in our next stream at the end.
yeah. Or if you haven't watched it in a while and you want to rewatch it,
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so yeah, I'll probably be watching it tonight. I was hoping to watch it over the weekend, but got busy with some other things. So yeah, I'll probably be watching it right at the stream actually. So I'm excited to finally finish it. I've seen the first half,
that's right.
but I'm gonna start from the beginning. I want to see it
True.
start to
Yeah.
finish all the way through.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's exciting. Then if you haven't seen to the end, so yeah, definitely enjoy that.
Yeah. So can't wait to see how it ends, and can't wait to talk about it. So.
Any predictions of how?
Oh God.
See, this is good because we can review this in the next stream.
Right,
and,
we can get it on record here.
You've watched half of it, but you can kind of maybe you don't exactly remember it, but maybe real briefly.
I actually remember it pretty well because funny enough, I was substitute teaching, and
That's right.
you had already told me about the movie. I can't. What subject it was? I think it was like a social studies class. It was middle school social studies, and well, actually, it's kind of a long story, but basically, there no sub plans were left, and so kids were like, "Hey, how about we just watch a movie?" Because they had this projector or whatever, and I was like, "Okay, what do you guys want to watch?" And someone suggested the Truman Show. I was like, "Oh yeah, actually, Blake was just telling me about that. I want to see it."
Yeah.
So we put on the Truman Show, and I think the class was an hour or something like that. So yeah, we watched it. And then when the next class came in, they were like, "Okay, yeah, what are we doing today?" I'm just like, "Want to watch the Truman Show?" And they're like, "Yeah, sure." So we just basically did that. I think I watched the first half 3 times, so it was kind of funny.
Did you watch that all in one day?
Yeah, on the same day, I watched the first half of the Truman Show 3 or 4 times.
There you go. That must be an interesting way because you keep watching the first half, and then you're you don't get to finish it out, but you're just
so now I'm gonna watch the first half again and watch me get interrupted by something, and it's I could never finish this movie.
Where if you can remember, where were you at when you?
Oh, so the last thing I remember. Okay, so I remember when he's kind of going crazy, and he's driving in that what do you call it, roundabout, and he's help me, I'm being spontaneous, and he's just going completely wacky, and that's about the last thing I remember. I don't remember too much after that.
Okay.
But it just seemed things were really starting to
spiral.
pick up and get interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. He's really starting to question things. He probably went into his work by then, right when he's around the roundabout, and he's sprinting into his work, and they're.
Oh, actually, I'm not sure if I have seen that.
Okay, you're probably about to see that. It's probably the next
exactly.
Scene.
Yeah. So in terms of how the movie ends, gosh, I mean, obviously it seems pretty clear that he kind of wants out of this movie, out of this production. But the question is how the heck did he get put into this, and why, and where on earth is he exactly, and has he always been in this, is that the only life he knows, basically? I'm trying to remember all the details from the first half of the movie, but yeah, I don't even know if I can venture a guess. I'd like to think that he gets out of this whole like crazy experiment somehow.
Yeah.
But gosh, I don't know. I mean, it would be depressing if he was just like stuck in that. I mean, obviously the jig is up, like he knows what's going on. So it's like, how can it
Yeah.
even continue? So I gotta think he gets out of there somehow, but I have no idea
I'm
how or what exactly that looks like.
I'm trying to remember. Yeah, exactly. Kind of in that middle part of the movie. Yeah, suspicions. But the one thing at least is like he's having the suspicions, but like he doesn't even exactly know what he's having suspicions about. Does that seem accurate? He's just like something's up, something's weird,
Yeah.
but I don't even.
Something's going on. Yeah.
But it's like
Something isn't right.
he doesn't really know exactly what to even think of it. And I think at the beginning of the movie, the light
Oh yeah.
falls
Oh,
from
but
the
actually,
sky.
you were my probably my favorite part of the first half of the movie is at least that I've seen. I love when he's like in the car with his girlfriend or wife or whoever it is.
Yeah,
Um, and he's like really starting to like put the pieces together. And he's like, I forget what all the details are, but he's like
yeah,
he like knows like a car is gonna go by,
yeah,
and then like what is it like a mail carrier,
yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
oh, you're gonna hear the sound, and like and then he's like wait for it, and she, she's thinking like, well, actually I guess she probably knows that he's not crazy because like she's in on the production,
Yeah,
acting like he's crazy and everything, and then like finally like whatever thing he was waiting for like happens, and he's like, oh.
yeah, yeah. No, I mean
Like
it's
that cracks me up. Like I laughed so hard at that part.
oh yeah, no, I mean yeah, Jim Carrey's perfect in this. I
Oh
mean,
my
man,
god.
I love him in this. Like, I mean, hey, I did that big project for my school that you helped me
Oh,
with.
dude, that's right. On
Edit.
Eternal Sunshine, I helped you with
Yeah,
the like the video essay on that. Yeah.
yeah, oh yeah. Like, I just love him in this. Like, I mean, those are like actually pretty. I don't know. They're like both pretty different, but they're kind of the same. There's like I don't know. There's this like humor and this like really fun
Yeah.
parts of the movie, but
Mhm.
it's also just like really depressing, and
Yeah.
I just love him in that role. So I mean, he's actually really good
Oh
at
yeah.
that. So
Oh, for sure. Yeah, it's kind of a nice blend of like comedy, but it's also like a serious movie. And yeah, that video essay like really turned out well. That almost be like a fun thing to like throw up
oh
on
yeah, yeah.
YouTube. I don't know. Could we throw that up
We
on
could
the
do
YouTube
we could
channel
do an
here?
Eternal Sunshine for
Hey,
the what's it called?
movie
But
of the
yeah,
week. Yeah,
yeah,
we
maybe the
could for
week.
sure.
So I mean
Oh
that
yeah, I
yeah.
mean, I feel like we have like so many movies that like we're already thinking like, oh yeah, that's got to be movie
Oh
of the
yeah.
week at some point. So yeah, this is gonna be a lot of fun. So like, we really haven't heard like too much feedback on the film club. I mean, we've been like talking about it on stream. We've announced it a bit here and there in the listener league. So yeah, I really don't know like how many people are actually gonna watch this movie, or if it's just gonna like end up being just you and me.
Could
But
just be us.
either way, either way, it's going to be fun. I mean, it's
Yeah.
going to
Oh
be
yeah.
fun to talk about. Hopefully, some people are finding this interesting. I know it's kind of unexpected to just like randomly have a film club on a Dynasty Fantasy Football channel, but
I,
hey, like Blake and I love movies, and we just kind of thought it'd be a fun thing to do. So hopefully, some of you out there are
yeah.
enjoying it and are
Even if they're
planning
not
on.
watching the movies, maybe they're just interested to hear us
Yeah.
talk about it or something.
Hey, absolutely,
I don't know.
absolutely. Or maybe like, hey, that sounds like a really interesting movie. I want to
Yeah.
see that now. So.
Yeah, and maybe they'll watch the next one or something. So
Exactly. So yeah, even if it's just like you and I for this first one, hopefully we'll
yeah.
gradually get others on board, and the film club will grow.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. And to the Truman, there's one scene that, or one just like line, where you're gonna see. It's not a spoiler by any means, but it's just like this is my favorite one. So I'll point it
Okay.
out so you can kind of have a laugh at it while you're watching. But
Yeah.
have you noticed that they're like putting ads? I don't exactly
Oh yeah.
remember, but they
Yeah, I've
keep putting
noticed
these
that,
ads in. And it's like.
Yeah.
But when he's already like getting suspicious, his wife's like doing an ad for like peanut butter or something like that, and
Yeah.
she's like, Jeff's peanut butter is just like, oh so yummy, it's like so unnatural, and he's just
Mhm.
like, what? Like what are you like? What are you? Who are you talking to?
Yeah.
And it's just like, I just thought that was like a. That's probably like one of my favorite lines of the entire thing, where it's just
Okay.
he's just like unraveling. It's probably not much longer from where you are, and I just
Right,
love that
right.
one. It always comes to mind of
Yeah.
just like what the hell are you talking about?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I'm sure there are going to be some more laughs in the rest of the movie. So yeah. Hey, let's sign off here so
Yeah.
I can watch it because I
Yeah.
want to be able to talk about it on our next stream. So stay tuned for that. Might be as early as tomorrow. Make sure you hit that notification bell, drop us the like, subscribe, and we'll see.